Welcome back to my channel, friends. This is Sonia here from Growing Craft. Thank you so much for dropping in, and I am super excited. Why? Because I have an amazing tutorial to share with you all today. Now, as you know me, I have done a lot of pop-up boxes, pop-out cards, 3D-fold cards, explosion box cards with 2 layers, 3 layers, 6 layers, and whatnot. All the tutorials are there on our website, but welcome back to my channel, friends. This is Sonia here from Growing Craft. Thank you so much for dropping in, and I am super excited. Why? Because I have an amazing tutorial to share with you all. Now, what is so special about this tutorial? One, this is one of the biggest explosion box what I have done till date. Second, it has a lot of detailing. So yes, what you are going to learn in this video is a lot of tips and tricks when you are working with a lot of elements in an explosion box making. And third, like when you are working on a bigger size boxes or cards or the scrapbook, the detailings change, the measurements change, the lot of hard work changes, of course. So do you want to see the project? I really want to show you guys, and it is, ta-da! Can you see this? This is one of the biggest explosion box I have ever done. So yeah, this explosion box, like when closed, like this is the closed part, the size of this box after closing down is 12 inches by 8 inches, which is giant, and it has 4 layers inside, and all the layers have a lot of work and detailing. So yeah, this one video is really going to help you in how to use your embellishments, how to take the measurements, how to do it. And yes, in the description box I have mentioned all the links in the inches also and centimeters also approximately, so you can check it out. And let's see how this box looks. Also in this video you will see that how beautifully you can use your basic crafting tools, like how you can use your punches and all those tags to create beautiful elements on your project. So that is one of the very important thing, and let's get started. The very basic is to have a very good quality cardstock. Now here what I have is a 12 inches by 12 inches black color thick cardstock. Now we need to start with making our hexagon shape explosion boxes. That's the basic. Once you get the basics of making hexagon explosion box of any size, then you can create it of any sizes. It's super easy. Now here I have taken a radius of 1.5 inches. That means my base box is going to be of 3 inches by 3 inches. First, draw a circle on your cardstock. Make sure that all your lines are neat and your pencil is really sharp, because the lines are very important. Now pick up a starting point, and from there start dividing that circle into 6 equal halves. It's super easy. You don't have to change the measurements of your rounder. Just continue with the same size what you had started with making a circle. Once you divide it into 6 equal parts, you will see a nice line on your circle. Now what we need to do is we will be needing a scale. Now with the scale we are going to join the dots. We are going to leave alternate dots and join the two adjacent joints, and then we are going to create a lines. Now as you can see here in this video, I am keeping this video in a very normal speed so that you guys can see how to create this. Like I mentioned earlier, once you create this one explosion box, it is super easy to create this explosion box of any sizes. Now as you can see, I am going to just miss out one of the dots, and I'm going to join the remaining 2 dots of the sides, and I'm going to create lines on this. Now whatever the lines we are creating here are the flaps of our explosion box, are the sides of the explosion box. So you need to make sure that you draw this really well, and as we are using pencil, you can erase it the moment you are done with your cutting work and the finishing work, and it is ready. Now for the flaps, I need to decide the sizes. Now my smallest size explosion box, the hexa explosion box, is of 3 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark with my pencil the size of 3 inch. Okay, now I will make sure that I mark this on all the flaps, and then I am going to join that. this marking is really important. How to start the starting point of this flap side. So whatever the lines you had divided the marks, from that point to the perpendicular line you need to measure the size. Now here I am taking the flap size. The height of my explosion box is 3 inches. If you want, you can make it smaller also, you can make it bigger also. Size does not matter, because it finally up to you that what kind of explosion box and what size explosion box you want to make. Now for your basic reference, here I am making an explosion box of 3 inches by 3 inches, so that's the reason I'm referring those marks. If you want, you can change these sizes. Now the measurements what I'm talking in this video are in inches. In the description box all the measurements are given in centimeters also for your reference. Okay, now we need to join all the 3 inches marks what we had done on the side flaps, and we need to make sure that it is very neat, because we need to do a cutting work. Now usually for these kind of cutting works I prefer to have my scissor, my good quality scissor, so that I can just cut it in a good way and it works out well for me. So yeah, do make sure that you have a good quality scissor. Now here my 6 flaps are ready and they look absolutely awesome. Now of course, if it's in hexagon, I need to prep up my base. Now for making the base, I'm joining all the inner dots together, and yes, now you can see that a proper hexagon shape is ready and my flaps are looking a proper rectangular shape. Just ignore all the curvy parts, it's absolutely fine. If you guys want, you can erase that, but I think once you start making these boxes, it becomes much more easier for you all. Now we need to cut all the extra sides. So here what I'm going to do is I will first very quickly cut off my paper in a broad way, and then I'm going to do the exact cutting work. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want, you can put up the marks, you can just cover up the areas whichever you want to cut, but here I have just mentioned the number so that it's easier for me to know which one I have to keep. Now wherever I have not mentioned my marks, the numbers, wherever I have not done any of the markings, I'm going to cut those parts. So you will be cutting out the triangular part. Those are the excessive sides which we want to remove from our album base. Now like I mentioned earlier, make sure you have a good quality scissor. I will mention the scissor link in the description box, you can check that. I've been using the scissor for like I think 2 years or 3 years, and since then, no looking back, this is one of the best paper scissor which I use for my cardstock cutting work. So here, once I'm done with my cutting work, I have just taken up a scoring tool and I'm going to score all the lines where I need to fold my box. Now this is a very important step. If you do not score it, it becomes a little difficult, but if you guys have any other trick to fold this part, do let me know in the comment section. I would love to try that, but this is the technique which I use. Now as you can see, the folding of my box is done and my base is ready. Now it's time to make the lid. Now there are two ways. Either you can just draw again the circle and do the everything. Otherwise, what I love doing is I just keep my box base there and then I fold all the flaps and I keep on just tracing the edge of my box. Now what happens is whenever you are tracing outside the box, it is going to take a little bigger size, just 2 mm bigger, which is just perfect for your lid. Now here I am just taking up a little smaller than the half-inch margin, and that's the size of the sides of my lid which I want to have. Now this is completely optional. If you want, you can choose for the bigger size also, but I wanted to have a smaller size for this one. That's the reason I am taking up the smaller sizes. Now how to cut the sizes? You just need to repeat the same process what we had done at the starting of the video. You just need to skip one dot, like one margin, and then make up a straight line there. So honestly, making your box base and your cap, the process is same. It's just the dimensions will differ because the explosion box sides are going to be bigger, the lid side is going to be smaller. Now in the same way we have to cut this, but there is a difference. Now first I'm going to just make this of the exact size of my lid base. I will cut this and then I will just mark it with my pencil which part I want to cut. Now here we do not have to chip off both the edges because we need to stick this. Now for sticking this, I am going to use the same piece. Now I'm just marking on all the pieces the size which I need to cut, and once I'm done with this, all other alternate markings, I will just put a little slit over there, just cut it to the starting at the end point of that, and we are going to repeat this for all the 6 sides. Now once I'm done with this, then we are going to again score it. Like I mentioned earlier, this is my way of scoring it. This is my way of folding the sides of my box and my cap. If you guys have any other idea, please do let me in the comment section. I will be more than happy to know, and I will be more than happy to try that out too. So once we are done with our scoring work, of course, first we need to fold this. Now honestly, the side slits what we have done, there is another margin, those margins are also to be folded, but as I have been doing this for a quite long time, it is super easy for me to just very quickly fold that with my hands. If you want, you can score it, but as it's a very small portion, you can easily just score it with your fingers also. It will be done. Now once this is done, then it's time to stick the sides. Adhesive what I'm using here is a Fevicol. You can use any of your craft glue. You can use your tacky tapes. The choice is yours. It's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you stick this well, you press this well, and this should stick really well and take a proper shape. Otherwise, your box is going to look very uneven and very shabby, and we really do not want that. So very quickly, I'm just adhering my adhesive and I am sticking this, and I'm just going to press this well so that it sticks well. And here my lid is almost ready, and now it's time to assemble the box. So this is the box, and this is how you put up the lid, and you can play around with the different sizes and techniques, and I hope this was clear. Now this is the reason why we had taken up the lid of a little bigger size, because we need to stick all our pattern papers, and that takes up a thickness. Now for sticking up the pattern papers, here I am going to use my liquid adhesive. Generally I stick it till the edges, but here I knew that my adhesive was a little liquider this time, so when I am going to put up my pattern paper, it is just going to spread away and stick really well. And with this I am going to use one of the bone folders which is used for sticking the paper and pressing them well, so that is going to make my work much more easier. So here we are almost done with our sticking part of one side. Now whenever you are doing an explosion box of layers, you need to make sure that what kind of color combinations you want to work with. Now here, like I mentioned earlier also, we have 4 layers. So what I have decided is that I am going to play around with colors. Now this beautiful paper pack had all the shades of grays and pink, so I have picked up those shades and I am going to play around with them. So the smallest layer, the explosion box, hexa explosion box, is of size 3 inches by 3 inches. And here what I have done is I have picked up the pastel pink shade, and I have taken up the paper of the same page, and I have cut it into the size. Now I have cut it into a little smaller than my base, so that when I use my pattern paper on my base, it creates a very nice black border. In the same way I have done the cutting work for my lid also. And yes, right now I'm not going to work with the sides of my lid because I have something really special at the end, towards the end of the video. Do check that, do not miss out that part too. Now sticking this up is super easy. Just make sure that you stick this well, press this well, and you are so good to go. Now this is the second layer of my album, and here, like I mentioned earlier, I am going to play around with the colors. So if you want, you can have pockets in this one, but I wanted this to be really giant and really with a lot of pictures. So I just thought I will chuck up the pocket parts, and I'm just going to have my pattern papers, and I'm going to play around with a lot of fussy cutting and decoration work on this album. Now for the second layer, I have picked up a gray color. Now this explosion box size is 6 inches by 6 inches. 6 inches by 5 inches. The height of this box is 5 inches. So I need to make sure that whatever the heights I have taken here works out really well. And yes, once I am done with my pattern paper sticking work, I'm going to reverse it up and stick it up. Now, as you can see here that I have used grey on the front and maroon on the back. You can choose the color options as per your convenience. Now, this beautiful pattern paper was in the love and the wedding theme, and I absolutely loved it. So honestly, doing a lot of fussy cutting work was a great help to me in decorating this box, because I did not had to spend too much on my embellishment part. I just had to fussy cut and use it in a varieties of ways, and I was done. Now whenever I am doing a box, then I will make sure that first I finish one box completely with the pattern paper sticking, then I move on to the another one with the lid and everything, so that I know what color combinations I am going to work around. Now this is my third layer, and this is quite big, so as you can see it is not even possible for me to get everything on the camera, but I am trying to figure out how to show you guys everything. The process is same as the size is changing with all the layers, and this is very important. Now this layer is of size 9 inches by 5 inches. Actually the previous one was for different sizes. Okay, I'll just mention that in the description box or the comment section, you can check that. Now here I am taking up another lighter pink shade. So like I said, I am going to play around with a lot of color combinations. So yeah, this is what I have done. So my first layer was of pastel pink, then the second layer is of grey, now third layer is of a little darker pink, and the final layer you will see in some time. Like I mentioned earlier also, make sure you have some of the good crafting tools so that you're sticking your paperwork, folding it or pressing it becomes much more easier. It is very recently that I came across this tool which helps me in sticking my paper, and this is such a savior. Trust me, I was struggling with this one, but this one tool made my life much more easier and super easy and super quick. Now it's time to stick the lid paper, the pattern paper for the third one. Now here you will see that I am sticking the lid ones really well, because this is just to make sure that it spreads well, and on the lid I did not wanted to take a chance of just having a lot of adhesives here and there, because it will be very difficult to hide them. Now this one is also done, so we are done with the 3 boxes and 3 lids right now. And finally it's time for the last one, and this is the most giant box we are doing today. Now the size of this box is 12 inches by 6 inches. So the height is 6 inches, so each flap size is 6 inches. So you can just imagine that how big this box is. Yeah, it was very difficult for me to capture everything on camera, because the size is huge, this is giant, but the final results makes you so happy that all your efforts are totally worth it. I know working on bigger size box has been my dream since long, and honestly there are times when you get a beautiful pattern paper and then you like all your thoughts start coming down. Okay, I can do this with this pattern paper. So this was something which I felt with this pattern paper pack, and I absolutely loved it. Now here I am using my liquid adhesive. The option of the adhesive what you can use is any of your adhesives, good quality of course. Otherwise you can even try using your tacky tapes, and just because I wanted to make sure that I get a little time while sticking these papers, that's the reason I chose to use my liquid adhesive, just to make sure that all the sides look pretty good and well, and I get some time to just use my color combinations. Now again, using this tool to pressing this up, this is a very important step. This looks like a very simple thing, but it is very important. Now once we are done with this, then it's time to stick my pattern paper to my final lid. The lid is already so big and so huge, so it was super messy for me, but yeah, I managed that, and you guys can also do that. Just in case if you guys are trying this box, please do share that in our group. I would love to see your work, and I would really would like to get inspired from your work. So please do make sure that you share that on our group. I'll mention our group link down in the description box. Now once I'm done with this pressing work, and you can see that how beautiful my box work was. Now for the lids, like I told you that I am not going to do any work on that. Why? Because I have created this beautiful pattern paper laces with my lace punch, my border punch, and I'm going to mention all the supplies link down in the description box, and do check that. Now for this process I'm using my pattern paper. This is just to make sure that all my sticking work and everything becomes really easy and quick. What you need to do is you just need to make beautiful laces. Now this one is with the heart lace punch, and I'm going to just stick this around my lid, and you can see that how beautiful and beautiful variation you can see in the lid. Now as my lid sizes are different, it is going to, like in some it is going to be a smaller lace, and some it is going to be a bigger lace, but it is super easy. Now the paper size what I had taken while punching my lace was 2 centimeters, that is approximately 1 inch, and then I had punched it, and this is the size of lace what I have created. Now at a go I just took up one pattern paper and I had created a lot of laces. Why? Because I knew I'm going to use this a lot in this particular box, and trust me, I have used laces of one complete pattern paper. So just imagine how many punches I did. So I'm going to repeat the same process on all the lids. It's just that somewhere we need to join the laces to make sure that we have one continue rotation of the laces, and yes, this looks super gorgeous and easy. So this process is simple. If you want, you can use a liquid adhesive, but it will take time to dry out, and it will take time to just stick well at one position. That's the reason I'm suggesting tacky tape. Like I mentioned earlier, if you guys have any tip on how to do these boxes in different way, I will be more than happy to know that. Please do let me know in the comment section your ideas, your ways of doing it, and I will be more than happy to try that out and give a big shout out to you guys. So yeah, all my lids I am having my lace borders, and this looks absolutely gorgeous and pretty. And yes, this is a different way of decorating your boxes with the same pattern paper pack. So now at the end of the video, when you see, you will hardly see me using a couple of other embellishments which I absolutely love, and I had to add them in this video. Otherwise, with just this paper pack, you can create a beautiful project out of it, and they look super nice. Now it's time to decorate my boxes, and here I'm going to start with the smaller one. Now for the embellishments, I'm going to use the fiber pieces from Massive Store. The supplies links are mentioned in the comment section, and this is one of the basic supply which I think if you are making a card, if you are doing a mixed media project, you should have this. Now whatever the circle punches you are seeing me, all those are custom made. How did I do it? There is a video on my channel, you can check that. And all the paper cutouts and the embellishments whatever I'm using here is from this same paper pack. And yes, you can use them in different ways and varieties and decorate your boxes, and you will see me adding up a lot of textures on all the 3 boxes. And then on the cover I'm going to add a lot of paper flowers also. J'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter, de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter, de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer.
passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. J'ai presque pu le goûter. passer à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. 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 Impossible à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Impossible à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer. Impossible à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter.
So finally my giant box is ready and it's looking absolutely gorgeous and breathtaking, and trust me, in person this looks way more beautiful than I could capture in the photographs. Now first I am going to remove the paper lace belt which I have created for this one. Once I remove that, it becomes much more easier to remove all the flaps. So tada, the first box is there. This looks gorgeous, this looks so pretty, and just look at the detailing what we have done. Trust me, we have used just few ready-made paper flowers, and the kind of detailing, the kind of work, and the beautiful the lid it looks like, it's super awesome. So just with few punches, a beautiful pattern paper pack, and with a little work you can create beautiful projects. And tada, this is the final one. Now like I said, this one is in the wedding theme, that's why I have done the embellishment work accordingly. You can choose the themes as per your wishes. And the center part is one of my favorite, with this pretty dress, and this looks absolutely gorgeous and breathtaking. So yes, with this my video tutorial is done, friends. Please do let me in the comment section if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Take care. Bye bye.
Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur a sculpté de son ciseau d'orfèvre des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu